August meeting of the Board of Trustees. We'll start with the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor, can we have a moment of silence for our legislator, Jim Burmaster, who just passed away?
I got several others too, so we've got three people important to the village who died this month. Jim Burmaster was way more than just a county legislator, but very active. Tom Gatta, Pillar in Scotia, and Kate Kenham just died this week, I understand. Can we have a moment of silence, please? Thank you. No silence in the air conditioner the other room. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Graham. Here. Trustee Solinger.
Here.
Trustee Tyree.
I'm here.
Trustee Rizzo.
Here.
Mayor Gifford.
Okay, item 3, privilege of the floor. Have Tammy?
Thank you.
State your name and address and
My name is Tammy Marshall. I live at 134 Albemarle Road. You guys have heard me before. First, I'd like to say thank you for allowing me to speak and take your time. I'm here in regards to the Citgo gas station across the street from my house. I know I've sent several emails to the mayor and the building inspector, and I didn't have the rest of your or the planning board's emails, so I asked them to forward the emails to you guys. I have a few issues going on currently with the Citgo gas station. I want to let you know that my big issue is with the trucks. I don't have a problem if a comment in an email sent to me made it seem like I have a problem with trucks. I don't have a problem with trucks. I was an owner-operator before. What I have a problem with is where I live and being told what was going to happen, and it's not happening, and it's not being addressed, the issues that are going on. That's my problem with the whole situation. I was told that the gas station's been there longer than me, and you're correct. The gas station has been there longer than me. The diesel pumps have not been there longer than me. The kerosene, the new propane, the new sign, none of that has been there longer than me, but I don't think time should be an issue. I think it's what has affected the neighborhood and what is going on in the neighborhood. Bear with me, I'm a little nervous. So when it comes to the trucks, they are entering the gas station when we were told that they wouldn't be able to enter the gas station. And they are driving up and down Albemarle Road, which we were told that they shouldn't be on Albemarle Road. The May 9th, 2018 trustees meeting, there's just a note, the applicant stated there will be signage that will not allow truck traffic on Albemarle or Alcazar. March 19th, 2018 meeting was a special meeting, and in that it states that the gas station must install 5-ton limit signs on Albemarle and Alcazar. But in my email that I received, I was told that the trucks are encouraged to use Albemarle Road because they have to sometimes back out to get out of the gas station from getting diesel. So they're either backing out onto Savandaga Road, which of course we don't want, but I don't want them backing out onto Albemarle Road either, driving by my house, going over my water lines, going over my gas lines, going over my sewer lines, like what damage is happening underneath these roads. That's one of my main concerns. And then backing up onto Albemarle Road, they have to back up because they can't fill up both tanks. So they pull in, back up to go to the other side to fill their other side tank because they have tanks on both sides. So every time they fill up, they're backing onto Albemarle Road. Most of the time when they leave, it's probably 50-50. If they can get out through the front, depending on parking, they go to Savandaga. If not, they back onto Albemarle Road, the whole truck and trailer, and then head out to Savandaga Road. And we have kids in that neighborhood. We have a lot of kids in that neighborhood, people with grandkids in that neighborhood. It's just not safe. I have my son here with me. I have, not gonna go through each one, but gonna hand them to you in little piles in regards to what I have to say. First, there's a sign on a light pole. The light pole isn't even, it was supposed to be moved, that says high flow diesel. That's advertising to tractor trailers. The other, and if you can pass them around. The following pictures attached to that is what happens when you get dump trucks. We get 5-axle dump trucks coming in, and you'll see a gentleman in an orange shirt as you start flipping through with his dump truck. It's a highway type truck. They clean out their beds with diesel fuel. So you will see a gentleman, you see that white spray? That's diesel fuel. He's spraying the inside of the bed of his truck in that gas station. And that's what they do. That's their cheap way. Not everybody does it, but that's a cheap way for them to clean out their beds from the tar and stuff in their truck. That cannot be happening in a neighborhood with families. That shouldn't be happening anywhere, but I have a big problem with that. Trucks park and deliver on Albemarle Road, because sometimes they can't park in the gas station. So the tractor trailers park on Albemarle Road, right by my house. So they're driving down Albemarle Road. Since the gas station's been there, there's been more truck traffic from Dollar General, coming from Dollar General down Albemarle Road, from Fastenal tractor trailers coming down Albemarle Road. It's happening on a regular basis. That's my problem. If it was here or there, I understand, it's gonna happen, but this is on a regular basis. The next thing I want to address is the location of the air dispenser. We were assured that the air dispenser, I don't have the meeting date for that.
Tammy, do you mind if I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
Just to confirm, he's got the hose from the diesel pump?
Yep.
He's pouring it into the fire.
Yes. Yes. That's a regular thing that is, like I said, done. I just have a small sample of photos, and I wasn't going to print them out, and I've now just stopped because it's gotten so overboard, and nothing's happening with it. Next is the light air pump. So we were assured when we came and told the planning board that they wanted a vacuum. The planning board said no vacuum based on the noise. We were concerned about where the air pump was going to be placed because the air pump also has a compressor beeping. Cars that park there with, of course, still running, their music blasting. And they were told that they had to have a minimum setback of 20 feet. Now, I did get an email that said it wouldn't be fair to them to move it because it was less than 2 feet. It's not less than 2 feet. From that to the curb, it's 10 feet, 6 inches. He has pictures to show that and where it's placed. Now, they're also supposed to be putting a sidewalk plus shrubbery around that air pump. There's no way all that's going to fit if they do it to the plan and what the planning board told them they had to do and that we were assured of at the meeting. It was the December 3rd, 2018 meeting in regards to the air pump. Said must be set at approved plan, air pump must have a minimum of 20 feet. And there's a light attached to it, but there's no light on the plan, so I don't even know how they did that. Sometimes people, because the hose can stretch, and I don't know what they're thinking, but the hose is on the side of the pump, sometimes people come up and they just park in the road and stretch the hose out to fill their tires or their bicycle tires or spare tires, whatever they have. This is minor, but this was something that was never addressed because I didn't know that it was going to happen. Where they move the storage of their propane, there's this black circular thing that comes up. I think I have pictures of that too. And they have yellow, really ugly chipped poles around it. I'm wondering if that's going to be like at some point in time covered up because we were never told that was going to be there, so we could never address it. Yeah. And then, thank you. They also have these venting pipes that are kind of unsightly, but I understand they have to be there, but we weren't told they were going to be there. That was another thing I would have questioned about, shrubbery or something like that. And it concerns me too because the vent pipes, I don't know exactly how they work. But one day he came home from school and he calls me and he says, Mom, there's an alarm going off on the pipes. I said, what do you mean there's an alarm going off on the pipes? He said, it sounds like a fire alarm, like an alarm. I said, go into the gas station and tell them if those are vent pipes, you know, something's wrong if an alarm is going off. He goes in there and tells them and they said, yeah, it's been going off, we don't know what it's for. But that's concerning if you don't know what it's for. So I ended up calling the non-emergency number and just let them know what I was at work, what he observed, what was going on, what they thought, and they were highly concerned themselves, and they sent out the police and the fire department. And I was really trying to, you know, be like, I don't want to make a complaint that's not valid, but if an alarm's going off, there might be a problem. He watched, he said the fire department went out with them, showed them things, talked to them, and we don't know what happened. But it's like just things like that is concerning. I think you have pictures of the propane filling. The propane filling station, random people come up with their propane tanks and fill it. I have a couple pictures of two guys, one without a shirt. They're filling it. You can hear the noise spraying in the air or whatever it is. It's unlocked all the time. It's unlocked even when they're closed at night. That's concerning to me, that random people. And I don't even know if some of these things are things you can address, but it's just concerning. Like I said before, my front door is 50 feet from this place. If this goes, you know, something blows up, I might probably be affected, and that's just pretty concerning to me. The last set of pictures, well, no, those are just random. This set of pictures, I don't know if this is up to code, but their sign, and I've addressed all this in emails. Their sign is hooked up to a cutoff extension cord that goes into the ground. Maybe it's code, maybe it's legal, I don't know. But I have the picture there, and you can see where the cord, the cutoff part of the cord is still laying there from when they hooked up the sign. So I just am kind of concerned about the electrical with that. And in closing, there's just random pictures of trucks I've taken pictures of if you want to look at them just to get an idea of what goes on. They stop in front of my house, they park in front of my house. There's one in the nighttime where the guy in the wintertime moved his truck from the gas station to in front of my house, moved it, got out, don't know what he did, got back in, slammed the door, started driving again. He did this about 6 times until he finally left. It's just not, it's not relaxing to live, you know, in a place like that. They park in idle over at the school parking lot now. One guy just the other day for over 10 hours. Parked behind my house, behind my backyard in the summertime. There was one that idled there for 8 hours. It's not enjoyable sitting outside when you have tractor trailers idling around your house. Again, no offense to tractor trailers, we need them. They deliver everything, I get that. But if the village is telling people this isn't gonna happen and it's happening, that's a problem. So I'd like to just thank you for your time and hope that some of this stuff can be addressed and checked out. Thanks.
Thank you.
Your flowers look great in the pictures.
They don't now, they died. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who'd like to be heard in the regular privilege of the floor? Okay, we'll close that. Items 4 and 5 are somewhat similar. They're 2 different local laws which we'll vote on separately, but I think the public hearing makes somewhat more sense if anybody wants to talk about them together. So would anybody like to be heard on either local law 2019D or 2019E?
What are they? You tell me what they are again?
They're in the back.
There's a copies of it.
Okay, I thought you were over. I'll let talk on. Hi, I'm Jim Hale. I live at 1008 Pleasantview Avenue. I heard we may possibly tonight pass a law regarding no parking on Mohawk Avenue in front of new CVS. That being said, there already were no parking zone signs in front of the new CVS when they opened, and there wasn't a local law passed, so I think somebody jumped the gun. Now I heard tonight we're gonna pass that local law. I'm here to say I am opposed to the no parking on Mohawk Avenue. Some of you know, some of you don't know, I worked for the Village of Scotia for over 20 years. I can tell you firsthand that in all my time at the fire department, the Scotia Fire Department never did an auto accident at the corner of Mohawk, Saginaw, and the old CVS. The fire chief may want to contradict me now because I don't know what's happened since 2006, but for my 25 years, we've never done an auto accident there. How do I know? When we come to work, we read the logbook to see what the shifts did prior to us. Secondly, I was told trucks can't make the turn from Saginaw to Mohawk Avenue. As of this date, I have not seen a tractor trailer driver deceased down there because he's been sitting waiting to make the turn. They all make the turn. I drove a ladder truck for the Scotia Fire Department hundreds of times, and I made the turn from Saginaw to Mohawk Avenue without a problem. Keep in mind that half my time in the fire department, the Thruway 26 bridge was not constructed. So we had through truck traffic through the Village of Scotia 100 times what we have today. We had no accidents. I just think it's wrong to take parking from our business district. You may say CVS really isn't a business district. It is. I stop in front of CVS and walk into the post office every other day to get my mail. I don't park on Center Street. Can't park on Center Street because most of the time Center Street's taken. Thank God by customers from Cumberland Farms. They're doing a fantastic business. But you can't park on Center Street. So where do you park to go to the post office? Very simple. You park in front of CVS, you walk across the street. I don't know how the vote's going to go tonight, but I'm just going to say I think this is premature because I don't think the data supports safety. I've heard from 4 different people it's a safety issue. I know you have a traffic safety board. I know you have a police chief. Where's the data? Where's the data that says there's been pedestrians hit, where there have been auto accidents? There is no data to support it. It's somebody's dream not to make parking on that end of the avenue. I'll close by saying a couple things. If you haven't had the thrill, and you all should do it, go down in front of Scotia Cinema between the hours of 7:15 in the morning and 8:30. You have 2 lanes of cars lined up at the traffic light. It's even better when somebody stops at the new coffee shop to get a coffee and the 20 cars behind them start laying on the horn because somebody's parked in what they think is the speed lane. It's now happening in front of CVS. If you don't believe me, I start work at 6 in the morning, I see it every day. When somebody gets the traffic light on Mohawk Avenue in front of CVS, somebody always pulls up alongside of them and they go down Mohawk Avenue. The parking would stop that. I'm not saying somebody's going to be parked there at 7:30 in the morning, but having parking spots deters double lane racing down our Mohawk Avenue. Please just listen to what I had to say, file it away. And on a closing note, the mayor and trustees, please pass along to the police chief and the police department their excellent work this week on that arrest of the problem we had here going through town. I was glad to see that in the paper. Thank you.
Is there anybody else who'd like to hear it on the local laws? Okay. Seeing none, we'll close that and entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to pass laws as written and suggested and presented by the Traffic Safety Board back in April. Village Code, local law number 2019D and 2019E, affecting parking on Mohawk Avenue in 2 different locations.
I'll second that.
Yeah, can we do it separate?
Sure. I will make the motion to pass the law as written and presented by the Traffic Safety Board back in April, 2019D. Parking in front of CVS Pharmacy to be returned to no parking at any time.
I'll second that motion.
I also make the motion to,
Let's do this.
oh, sorry, the voting thing, yeah, sorry. My
Trustee
bad.
Gray? Yes. Trustee Solichak?
Absolutely.
Trustee Tigers?
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo?
Yes.
Mayor Gifford?
No.
I will also note that there is laws in place that there is no parking all the way down Mohawk Avenue from CVS to Route 50, and that two-lane highway is still there. This is all the start of a bigger picture plan to return parking as much as possible in the village. Including, I make the motion for local law 2019E affecting parking to repeal the hour of allowed parking Monday through Friday and put in place no parking at any time to coincide with the state's change of that intersection. No parking from Ballston Avenue south to the south side of the road from State Route 50 all the way to the village boundary.
I'll second that motion.
Trustee Gray? Yes. Trustee Solichak?
Yes.
Trustee Tigers?
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo?
Yes.
Mayor Gifford?
Okay, item 6, the resolution to amend the fund year 1920 budget chips for the 1920 extreme winter recovery allocation, increase A3501 and A5110 by $22,714.58.
What's this money coming from?
This was, we had adopted the budget prior to the state deciding if they were going to reinstate the extreme weather,
Okay.
and they did do that, so,
Thank you.
Public Works.
for chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Make a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 7, a resolution to amend the fund year 1920 Memorial Parade donations, increase A7550 4,000 by 1,200, offset by a decrease to the A fund balance. That was, some band that didn't come.
Yeah, we usually don't do this because they break pretty even, but this year there was a band that's been with us for years that wasn't able to attend. So this was money that the committee raised, so I thought it would be right to put it back to, for them to use this year.
Okay. I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 8, a motion to authorize the mayor to execute the contract with Steve Blueby, CPA, for the village's annual audit.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 9. Resolution to award the bid for the Village of Scotia Collins Lake Water Quality Improvement Project, contract number 1. General construction to Bellamy Construction in amount not to exceed $58,000.
Is this the
This
flat
is our
valve?
flapper valve. We got three bids. Bellamy was the best by quite a bit and under our budget.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 10, have a motion to authorize the surplus of fire department hose which failed hose testing.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So, this is, it's just hose, it's not both things. Just say hose, you cover.
Got it.
Okay, item 11, approval of volunteer firefighter. We now have two. If you guys don't mind, we'll do them together. The first one is Harjot Upal. He's a pre-doctorate college student from Union who's interested in medical stuff, so we've had good luck with that before. We're looking forward to it. The second one is Tatiana Carpenter, 407 Pleasant View Avenue. So, can I have a motion for that?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 12, a motion to authorize the closure of South 10th Street from Mohawk Avenue to the bank driveway on Saturday, October 5th from 2 to 10 p.m. for the Mohawk Taproom Block Party.
I'll make the motion to authorize the closure of South Pembroke Street between Mohawk Avenue and driveway First National Bank of Scotia on Saturday, October 5th from 2 p.m. till 10 p.m. for the Mohawk Avenue block.
I'll second what you said.
What's this thing all over again? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 13, mayor's comments to the board. We've had a couple meetings with the architect or engineering firm about the building project for building a fire station. We've got it down to 3 possible locations and some preferences announced. We made some progress with ideas for renovating this building, and it's looking good. So we'll keep you posted with that. I've been working hard on the memorial trees in the park. Jimmy, if you could take a minute after, I've got a map for you that you'll like to see. But people are happy with the new trees. I don't know if you guys got the message, but we had talked about at the beginning of the summer weed treatment for the weeds in Collins Lake. The environmental review by the state was so long in coming, it got too warm, and we're going to put it off till next spring. We have the approval now, right, Jim? It just it doesn't make sense to do it this time of year. It probably wouldn't work. So if anybody asks you about the weeds, we're planning to do something about it. We just couldn't this year. And that's all I got. Item 14, correspondence, liaison, and special committee reports. Huh?
Had a couple of zoning board meetings. Was unable to attend any of them, but the mayor went in my absence, and everything is good as normal. Nothing new to report for that. We had a bid meeting where we all toured the recently renovated Glenn Sanders and had a meeting in one of their meeting rooms. It was excellent. I highly recommend everybody goes there. The restaurant is now open again, also, and everybody was really excited about the CDTA bike share that we are a pilot of in the village. So they were asking questions about how they can park bikes in front of businesses, and they all seemed on board with it. That's all I have to report.
Joe?
We just started to get together a committee for the holiday on the avenue. We're starting to get some new people in our committee, and basically that's all we got. We haven't had a meeting yet, but it's coming up.
Heather?
First, I want to thank everyone with regards to the cleanup.
Yeah, I was gonna say
With
that.
the storms, there was a lot of destruction, but within a very short period of time, everything was cleaned up nicely. So I want to thank everyone for a great job there. Report from the clerk's office, I did speak with Maria. As everyone's aware, we are still collecting taxes until August 31st. Our water bill will be coming out in October. With regards to the report from the town, I want to remind everyone that we do have Thursdays in the Park. This Thursday, there will be a music program, the Nellies, and that will be at Indian Meadows at 7 p.m. It's a nice venture for the family, so I would encourage everyone to head out. We have August 22nd, there will be a movie, as well as August 29th. Those will still be at 7 p.m. And that's all I have.
Sure.
Planning board meeting to hear from the Kohlers on the corner. They're going to be, they have filed for their permit to tear down the carpet store as we've seen in the news. I very much welcome that. I had a nice conversation with Jay Kohler after that to talk about their plans. They're very motivated to make lots of improvements down there and on that corner with their properties. So very happy to see that going on. I second Heather's sentiment about Jim and his team in the park. It seemed like it was a pretty well-organized effort to get everything cleaned up in a timely manner. If you didn't see what went on down there, it was quite impressive is the wrong word, but there was a lot of trees that had damage that have been there for quite some time that are in memory of a lot of good people from the village, including your grandfather, correct, Jim? One of that willow was your grandfather?
Yeah.
And met with Beverly, who is our historian down at the Flint House at the beginning of the month, and I'm continually impressed by our members of the Village Garden down there. There's a lot of effort put in to a lot of the plots down there to create nice little growing spots, so it's a nice addition to the village that keeps growing every year. And I'm very happy to see the parking get addressed. It really is part of a bigger picture. We have a planning board, or a traffic safety board meeting on Monday that we will discuss even more improvements that can be done in the village. Thank you.
I just want to add one more thing too. With regards to the paving, I want to thank everyone for doing great work. DPW, I did speak with Andrew today, and Sunnyside Road is looking great, as well as Washington, and there's been a few traffic delays, but in the end, it's really worth it. So thanks for everyone for all their efforts.
Yeah, on that note, I rode my bicycle along Sunnyside after watching the dragon going along Washington Avenue. And I had a complaint because you couldn't hear the cars coming up behind you. You know, it was just silent. The road is beautiful. They're going to, in the fall, they'll put another coat on top of those two roads. Apparently the asphalt from the machine heats it up and chews it up and puts it back down again smooth. But that process makes it somewhat slippery, so they have to put another coat on after a thin coat of new asphalt. So that's going to happen before the winter. Departmental reports. Anybody have any?
Yeah, thank you for department heads for the reports as usual.
Okay. Audit claims. We have a motion to pay the bills.
I will make the motion to pay the bills.
And I will second.
Call the roll.
Trustee Gray?
Yes.
Trustee Solichak?
Yes.
Trustee Tiberius?
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo?
Yes.
Mayor Gifford?
Yes. Item 17, approve the minutes of the July 10 special meeting.
Make a motion?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 18, a motion to approve the minutes of the July 10 regular meeting.
Make a motion?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item 19, a motion to approve the minutes of the August 6th special meeting.
Make a motion?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 20, does anybody have any new business? Item 21, we have a motion to adjourn.
So be it.